first video. Today's story time is going to be about my first time doing 100 milligram edibles. Now, I have done edibles in the past, just not 100 milligrams, only 50, and I think I've done it once, so this was like my second time ever. And I wasn't much of a stoner at this point. Like, I did a lot for a bit, but like my tolerance is like kind of high, I'd say, but I wasn't like a big stoner like some of my other friends. So, this day, my mom was driving me to like this market where I'm gonna go to like this cafe and wait for the guy that I'm meeting. So I was meeting him at 12:30, like he texted me the other day. Anyways, once I get to this market, I'm waiting in this cafe for like 15 minutes or something, and he texts me at like 12:20, being like, yo, I'm running a bit late. I'll meet you at 12:45, not 12:30, all right? And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I'll be there. And I'm just waiting, and I'm waiting. And then finally he comes, and I'm like, you got them? And he's like, yeah. And he hands them over, and I give him my money, and then I leave. And I'm in my bus stop waiting, and the bus finally gets here. And while I'm in the bus, I see like this weird homeless man, and he's like tweaking out, bro. He's pressing the stop button every single stop, and he's talking to people that aren't there. And I think he was like tripping off like shrooms and Fent and Molly and some shit, bro. But that was crazy. Anyways, that like wasted like 30 minutes of my day, and I finally get to the library at like 1:45, and I meant to meet my friend at 2. So like I go upstairs in the library because it has 2 floors, and I'm waiting in like the teen room for my friend. When he finally gets there, I pulled the edibles and I show him it, and he's like, yo, shit, that's crazy and shit. We'll call this friend Joe. So Joe's like, wow, that's cool, you got the edibles. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take them now. So I pop 100 milligrams, and let me just tell you straight, those edibles tasted ass. They tasted like straight za, and it was so bad. Every time I would eat those motherfuckers, I would be wanting to fucking throw up, bro. That shit tasted ass. So after I popped the edibles, me and my friend decided, like, yo, I'm done in the library. Let's go to Little Caesars and get some pizza. So, like, around 2:30 or something, we leave the library and go get some pizza. We didn't leave sooner because his parents were still there. So when we get to the pizza place, we order 2 pizzas and 2 crazy bread because it's Little Caesars. Like, where should we sit? And he's like, I think I know a place. So we go up like this stairwell, and we're on a roof. And so me and Joe sit down, and we start eating our pizza and shit. And then about like 30 minutes into that shit starts kicking in. And I look at him, and I can't stop smiling. Like, my smile, like, is going up to, like, the sides of my teeth, and I just can't stop smiling at him. And then he looks at me, and he starts laughing, and I start laughing. And then we both start laughing for a while. And then I look at him, and I start slurring my words, and I'm like, I'm done with my pizza. I think we should go now. But I'm, like, slurring my words and all that shit. And he's like, okay. And we leave the stairwell, and we throw out our pizza. And on the way back to the library, he looked at my face and screamed, holy shit, holy fuck, you have the reddest eyes I've ever seen. And I immediately start panicking. I look around to make sure no one heard and shit. And I, like, get anxiety attack, and, like, I start panicking. I'm like, yo, bro, don't say that, bro. And he starts laughing. And I, like, try to play it off. And I, like, walk away with him. And we get to the library. And, like, kind of near, there's a rec center. And I was like, I need to go in the rec center. And he's like, why? I have to go in... And I was like, I have to go in 30 minutes. Because I have to go at 4:30. And it was already 4 by this point. So me and him walk into the rec center. I was like, we have to throw up. Because I cannot go home like this. I'm way too fried. So once we get to, like, the bathroom in the rec center, I start trying to throw up. But I can't, so I give up for a couple minutes because, like, I'm like, do I really want to do this? I'm thinking about it. And I put my head in my palms for about, like, 10 seconds, and I open my eyes, and I stand up, and he's like, yo, bro, are you okay? You were down there for, like, 15 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not. I was down there for 5 seconds. And he was like, no, you weren't. You were down there for 15 minutes. And I checked the time, and believe it or not, it's 4:15, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, you have to help me text my mom to convince her to let me stay till, like, 5:30 at least. And he's like, all right, I'll help you. So we texted my mom, and I'm like, can I stay till 5:30? And she's like, all right, okay, fine. I guess it's okay. So I stayed till 5:30, and so me and Joe go back to the library, and we go upstairs, and he leaves the library saying his mom's picking him up, but then he comes back and says she won't leave for 15 minutes. So I'm kind of like sitting here, and then there's these two kids. I kind of know them, but I kind of don't. They used to be in my elementary school. Their names were Tim and, let's call them Tim and Jack. So Tim and Jack were like in the library, and they approached me and Joe. So me and Joe are like sitting down on this couch, kind of like in the library on the upstairs floor, and they're like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, "Sup?" And they're like, "Yo, you look kind of depressed." And I'm like, nah, I just popped a 100 milligram edible. And they're like, "Oh, shit." After this, me and Joe kind of started like chilling in the library. They left. They said they were going to go hang out with some other friends that I don't really know. And anyway, so me and Sam were chilling in the library. And then eventually 5 o'clock rolled around and he had to go. So he left. And I was just sitting in the library, just chilling out, just playing some video games. And then it hit me. There was only like 30 more minutes left here, and I was still fried out of my mind, and I didn't know what to do. And then it hit me. In a drug test, when you pee in the drug test, it usually shows up if you have weed in your like pee or whatever. So I was like, what if I go to the bathroom and piss? Then maybe like I won't have the weed in me, and it'll get out of my system, and I'll be like more sober. So I tried that, and it did not work. So then I was like, what if I jerked off? And I don't know what I was thinking, bro. I tried it. It did not work at all. It was not good. It did not work. And once I finished that, I leave the bathroom and I go to like the entrance of the library, and I get a text from my dad saying he's here. So I get in the car and I go in the back seat, and I kind of just am quiet the entire ride. I only talk, and then when I get home, I go to my room and I just kind of chilled and played video games for the rest of the day. It was kind of boring after that point, but that's it. I hope you guys like my video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.